The official start of tax filing season is only 9 days away. Yikes. And identity thieves are getting ready. The IRS says 1.6 million Americans were victims in the first half of last year. That's more than the total number of victims for all of 2012.
CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger is looking into what the government calls an epidemic. Jill, good morning.
Good morning.
So how does this scam work?
Well, you know, it's very strange. What the scam works is the criminals will send an email or a text that appears to be from the IRS. Now, of course, the IRS doesn't send texts or emails, but what it does is there's a link. People click on the link not knowing. Then there's malware goes onto your own computer. A little bit of information is extracted, maybe your name, your address, your social. Then the thieves actually file a tax return which claims a refund, and they divert that refund into a bank account. So basically, someone's filing a tax return on your behalf without you even knowing and pocketing your money.
So if you get an email from the IRS, you should never click on, because once you click on, then they have your information.
Absolutely. If you get any sort of notification from the IRS, please just forward it to them. And you can do it at phishing@irs.gov. Very important. IRS will never contact you by email, really.
But let's say you do get duped. What are the steps you can take afterwards to deal with this mess?
So this is a problem because you've got a number of steps to take. Well, you know, you're not going to, if you know, obviously the IRS has now been informed, but you now need to actually inform the credit reporting agencies, the three big ones. You need to go to the FTC and put a freeze on your account. You have to have some credit monitoring, and you've got to file a police report. Now, sometimes the IRS will do this for you. You should do it anyway. These are three important steps. Great information, by the way, the FTC website, ftc.gov, great identity thief website that protection, and then what to do after it happens.
Did this happen to your father?
This happened to my father a few years ago. And that's why I got very into the topic.
He wasn't listening to your reports?
Evidently not. So, you know, the funny thing is, so a 70-year-old guy gets notified by his accountant, and my father was basically, the accountant said, hey, I got a call from the IRS. The IRS flagged your return for two reasons. One, Albie, you've never filed early ever, and then they flagged it for that reason.
Yeah.
And number two, you've never gotten a refund in 50 years of filing tax returns. So the IRS actually caught it in my dad's case.
Yeah.
In most cases, they will not catch it until after the fact.
Yeah, but what's scary about this, Jill, is it could happen to you and you not even know that you're a victim. So what do you think is the best way to file, electronically or by mail?
Well, the IRS says that there are fewer errors when you file electronically. Fewer than 1% of the returns have errors when you have an electronic filing. A paper return, 20%. You know, the regular errors. I forgot to sign it. It's my wife's social was incorrect. But the reality is, the one thing the IRS says is, if you file early, it may be your best protection against these thieves. Now, I, as the financial planner, will say to you, yeah, that's great, unless you owe money. If you owe money, we never tell you to file early. So you've got to balance the two pieces, and you've got to be vigilant about protecting your identity and keeping an eye on those credit reports.
So how do you file, electronically or by mail?
Electronically, and someone else does it. And everyone always asks me, do you do your own taxes? Absolutely not. I think that's the hardest. I think it's one of the harder tasks out there.
Wise
so I'm
word,
you know.
Thank you.